Hey guys, Cody Wilson, the assistant coach. Today I have a good video for you. It's something that's very near and dear to my heart, being an O-line guy through and through, is talking about a Blitz book. There's a lot of different ways that people do their Blitz book. Some people do them, some people don't. Strongly I'm a proponent for doing them. And that's what this video is about, telling you about the different kind of ways that I've seen them done before, tell you about the way that I've done it. But before we do that, when we get the intro rolling here, if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow, helps me out. And then it makes sure that you don't miss any more videos like this, or maybe some that are even better in the future. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, I am going to do a screen share in a minute, but I do kind of want to run through the basics of the Blitz book. And kind of the main things that I've seen before on the Blitz book are coaches that get out there and they call their offensive play and then they point and say, hey, you, go over here. Hey, you, do this over here. Hey, the two of y'all do this. Kind of thing where they just kind of point and tell them what to do. And there's a lot of reasons for that. It may be just for that type of drill that they're doing at the moment. It may be that, you know, for the situation they're in, they don't really have the time or the resources to be able to make out a Blitz book. But that's one of the easiest ways that you can do it. It's very much not demanding for you, because you don't have to prepare anything in advance. All you have to do is know what blitzes you want to see, and then you point it out when you're out there at practice. I wouldn't say that that's my favorite way to go about it. There are some times where we're doing a drill where we may do that, but even in drills, I like to have something a little bit more than that. Another way that you can do it is, especially some old school coaches, and I'm not saying that in like an ageist kind of way or anything like that, but usually there are older coaches who they have the papers that are already printed out, and they've got the 5 linemen across there, and then they can just like fill in the rest of the paper around that. And a lot of times those coaches will have those. They may be even blocked off on one page where they've got, you know, 2 by 4, so 2 columns and 4 rows to each of those, and they may do them that way, or they may do it on like one large paper. So that's another way. That's increasing the effort a little bit there. The way that I like to do it is with a really prepared printouts. And, you know, nowadays everybody's using, you know, Huddle or some other platform like that, and so many of them have Playmaker tools or Playbook tools, and you can go in there and you can make out a Blitz book. So you can go in and say, okay, the defense runs these top 4 fronts. I'm going to put in our top 5 formations versus all those fronts and draw in the blitzes that we expect to see. Now, you can draw them in using the line tools and all that on Huddle. You can also just go in there and put the defensive front versus your offensive formation, print several copies, and then go back and draw what you want later. That's a good way that if you need to add some more later in the week or something like that, you can do that. One of the things that I do with it is I do kind of both of those, but I have a way of drawing it on my laptop so that it's color-coded and it looks nice. It's all printed out together. But when I say the color-coded thing is to try to keep from having 100 cards that we're running on Scout Team, is I'll do, for example, a 2x2 shotgun formation versus a 4-2 front, a 4-2-5, and I might draw several blitzes on one. So I may have like the D-line doing like the main thing, but I may have a linebacker color-coded in red blitzing in the B-gap on the nose side, and then I may have like the nickelback guy blitzing in blue from outside or something like that. I may put several of those things together to try to save on the number of pages that we have. So that's one of the ways that we do it. So that's kind of the rundown of what they are. Let's go ahead and jump in the video and take a look at them a little bit closer. All right, so we just did a little intro about the different ways you can do this. You can point to the players, tell them how you want to blitz at practice. You can do it with, a pencil or a pen and a notepad or some printed out pages that you have ready. But this is the way that I like to do it using Huddle. This is the Playmaker or Playbook tool that they have in Huddle. And what I do is they do have a page number in these towards the bottom. I don't know if you can see that there. It's a little bit small, but they do have those there. But I would probably, with a Sharpie right at the top of the page, a little bit larger, number 5. Okay, so if you're a scripter for practice, you may have your first play is, doubles, zone right kind of thing, and you want to see play card number 5 from the defense, so you can put that all on your scripted practice, and you can either put number 5, and that's it, and they would be no blitz. They would just play regular technique, or you could put 5 blue, 5 red, 5 green. You could do 5 green and yellow, 5 all to get all of those blitzes, kind of thing like that. So these, and I'll just scroll through a few more so that you can see. So like when we have twist and things like that we need to see, I even label who needs to go first and second to try to help out, because if any of you have ever ran the scout team before, you know that takes a rocket scientist to be able to do that properly. Sometimes the kids, just lower IQ levels and a lot of, not IQ, lower football IQ levels in a lot of situations, because they just don't know as much football anymore. They don't watch as much football as maybe we did back in the day and all those kind of things. Sorry, I really didn't mean IQ, football IQ. So sometimes you have to be very explicit with them on what you want. So here, let's just say this is play card 6. I want to see red with green, or I just want to see red, or I want to see just yellow, or want to see blue and yellow, that kind of thing. So that's different ways that we can do this, and you see I flip-flop them and all that kind of stuff. And this takes a while. I mean, probably an hour and a half or so on a Saturday or Sunday night to go through. And again, I've got, in this particular Blitz book, I've got 34 cards, so there's quite a few in there. So this is one way that I've most recently done it. Another way that I've done it, and this is something that I'm kind of working on, so if you'd like to see this in real life, I'm trying to make a product for CoachTube, make a Blitz book where you don't have to. So it's normally like this, where it's not color-coded in that way. You might have just a base front that you want to see. So this would be like play card 1, but then in play card 2, you want to make sure that they know where they're blitzing, or excuse me, this would be play card 1. This would be an extra one if you need to draw anything in later in the week. But then you'd say, okay, here they are, and this is the Mike blitzing in the strong A gap. This is the Mike blitzing in the weak B gap. This is the Mike blitzing in the strong B. So we got a little bit of a twist going on there. So it goes through, this particular one is 11 personnel versus a 4-3 front, and all the very popular potential blitzes that you could see. So it's probably more than enough. It's probably more than enough for you, but it also has everything there so you don't have to make it. And I'm going through and I'm working on some of these. I'm doing an 11 personnel. I'm doing a 10 personnel, doing doubles and trips and all those kind of things. If you'd like to see one, specifically for like wing T or something like that, please let me know in the comments what kind of Blitz book would really be advantageous for you. And if also let me know, would you like to just see as a product like the whole thing where it's, maybe a little bit more pricey, but you've got everything you could possibly ever need, or if you'd like it broken down in smaller, like, $5 or $10 chunks of, I just need an 11 personnel one that's spread. I need, a 21 personnel one that's like a pro eye kind of look, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, this is the way that I used to do it. And then just, again, by necessity, this past year, I needed to go to more of this kind of a look. This is how I do a Blitz book, guys. Hope you like it and hope you find it interesting. All right, guys, I hope you all enjoyed that video today. The Blitz book, very important. I think there's a lot of good things that can come from being prepared like that and having something. Like one of the benefits is that like the kids see that. They see that you put the time and the effort in to make something like that for them so that they can be efficient and effective. And also that helps you be efficient and effective. It makes sure that you've seen, over the weekend or however it is that y'all do breakdown of opponents. It proves that you have gone in there and put the work in of looking, and you're not just flying by the seat of your pants in the week saying, well, I think they do this, or they did this 3 years ago. No, this is what they did on the last 4 games that we watched. And then also it helps you save time by having that printed out. And there are a whole lot of other time-saving tools, but this is one of the things that I really like. It's really important. And, just like another pro tip, I would suggest like saving all these and keeping them in a folder for next year so that maybe you don't have to make as many next year, or even if you want to get ahead of it. It's a really fun thing to do through the summer. I say fun, it's kind of tedious and time consuming, but it does pay off, and this is something I have done, is to make a big book of all the like popular blitzes from various fronts that you know that you're going to see based on your schedule and your league and who's in there and all those kind of things, with the popular blitzes so that it's ready. And then you've got them all numbered and you've got them in this binder, and then you just say, okay, this week we're pulling from the cards in the binder, 1, 17, 23, 45, 62, 67, and 89 kind of thing, that we're going to use those, whatever, something like that. Now, it does become kind of big that way, and maybe you just want to pull them out and put them in a different folder or something to use during the week. But having all that is really cool. And speaking of that, that's kind of a project that I'm working on CoachTube. Maybe some of you have seen my work on CoachTube, maybe you haven't, but that's one of my projects that I'm working on. So if you would like to see a playbook like the one I showed you earlier, a Blitz book like that, if that's something that you'd be interested in, to say, you know what, I don't have the time to go through and make, the 40 or the 50 or 100 or however many Blitz book cards, is that something you'd like to see? Please let me know down in the comments. Say, what it is you'd like, what formations you'd like to see offensively, and what fronts you'd like to see defensively, because I'm working on it. It is a big task, but hey, if that's something that I can do, and I'm like a football nerd and enjoy doing that kind of stuff, and it helps you out, and it's something that you're willing to put a little money into, nothing crazy, then hey, why not? Helps everybody out. But if that's something you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments. But anyway, I'm Cody Wilson, the assistant coach. I'm here to help and to serve you be the best coach you can be. Peace.